Hey people, this is future Linus here to say hello, and Lazie of course.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the wee bell. Click, click.
We are back in Sedna, it's October, and in the story we're still in July in Marina de Rocella, and we've just suffered a major engine failure. And I'm trying to figure out how to move on from there. If you have been following us on social media, you know that this is not the only trouble that we've run into so far. And I must say the journey is not over. We're just on pause. But it has given me some major financial troubles. I have to prioritize getting the boat home. So a lot of the upcoming boat projects I was planning to do is got to be put on hold due to lack of funds. Such things as self-telling winches, replacing the main boom, updating the sails, replacing the leaking hatches and the dinghy, mast steps, putting all the halyards down to the cockpit, etc., etc. But if you want to, there is a few ways you can help us get out of this conundrum. Number 1, check out the wishlist section at sherulesthewaves.com. Maybe you have some parts lying around, you know about a boat part scrapyard, or have some expertise that we could use. Number 2, on sherulesthewaves.com, you can also find some information about and contribute to our Electrified Fund. More information about that a little later. Number 3, visit Patreon, link up here, and consider helping us out that way. We're going to keep sharing exclusive stuff for the patrons over there. Number 4, like, share, comment, and subscribe. On YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and I even tried TikTok. Those are all totally free ways to show us your support, and it helps us reach more people with our story. You will get more details as we go along. But for now, let's go back to the story, shall we? It is day 6 of being stuck in Marina de Rocella, and it's just 3 more days until I'm supposed to be in the Salerno area to pick up my family. How will it go? Stay tuned. Last time on She Rules the Waves, I was working hard on finding solutions to the fact that we're stuck here longer than expected, and replanning for this new reality I just have to face. This time, I prepare Sedna for the new crew and I rent a car to go pick them up in Pompeii and take a road trip back to the boat. If you enjoy this video, please click like, share it with your friends, and connect with us through comments and social media. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Alright, V-berth is clean. Really clean. Something that I can't really say about this little head. But wait for it. Voila! Clean. Oh my god. And the weird thing is, I've cleaned the V-berth and the head and I'm sweaty like I just came out of a 30-minute sauna. So, I think I need a break. I should really get a sponsorship by these guys. I haven't. For when the boys get here, I assume I need to be able to have a USB connection up front so they can maybe have a little fan or something, charge the phones, stuff like that. So I'm installing that right now. This little thing, doing the cables. Yeah, so I did scratch a little bit up there, but that's what happens when you're hot and tired. Homemade blood orange ice cream. Super nice. After that, I decided to take the dinghy out for a spin, and I realized that it's much harder to handle and keep in the balance when you're alone. I obviously need some practice. And the engine kept dying on me as soon as I got down to idle. Sunday morning, day 7 in Rocella, and I was working hard to get the boat ready for my sons and their mother. Okay, I must say that feels really good.
Oh, Christ, you're off your head.
And there's also a lot of room left in the cabinets, so that's great. Let's move on to this mess. As you might know, the original plan was to solo sail my way up to Salerno, where I'd pick up the family. Traveling days and working and doing projects at nights. But that probably wouldn't have given me the time for this kind of cleaning. Yep, galley, nav station, so on. Forehead and V-berth, all super clean. And once I was done with the aft cabin and head, I went for a walk. And that's when everything changed, although I didn't know it yet. This was the first time I saw anyone in the boat moored to my aft. I said, "Hi neighbor," and we started talking. Arturo was working on the boat for an association that helps people without boats getting out sailing. It turns out he had a mechanic coming in a few days, and maybe they could take a look at my old Tommaso at the same time. I figured it can't hurt to have a backup plan. And boy was I right. And while the fireworks were crackling, I was invited for dinner and drinks on their boat. That's insane. Even though I was leaving for a few days, Arturo said that he'd show my engine to the mechanic. The sailing community is truly a blessing. With a lot of help from the marina staff, I found a rental car and got that delivered to the marina early Monday morning. Okay, so because of this whole engine debacle, I am now in a car doing a road trip. I'm going up north to the Salerno, Pompeii area to pick up my kids and their mother. So we'll be taking our slow way down for 2 days and then we'll probably be back here on Wednesday. It's about a 5-hour drive from Marina di Rocella up to Pompeii train station where I'm picking up my family. The road goes along the coast, but also over the mountains and through tunnels. Ida and the boys flew into Napoli yesterday evening and spent the night in the city before taking the train down to meet up with me. A couple of years ago, me and the boys visited the Vesuvius volcano, so this time we will skip that and head straight to the ancient ruins of Pompeii. Pompeii! Yeah! It was insanely hot, but we had a lot of water and we tried to do the best of the situation in this fascinating place. Number 42. After that experience, we drove a short hop down to Vietri sul Mare, next to Salerno, where we'd spend the night. We were planning to spend quite some time anchored along the Amalfi coast, but this picturesque town was as close as we'd get this time around. On the morning of July 5th, which happens to be my birthday, we drove further south to the Sea Palace Hotel just north of Paula. It was day 9 since the engine failure, and we spent most of the day in the ocean and in the pool, where they made us use these very fashionable hats. I then noticed our next-door neighbor hotel complex. This hotel intrigues me. The Shangri-La. I really wish I could get in there. The Shangri-La is an abandoned hotel complex that seems to have had its heyday in the 70s. But I couldn't find much information about it, so please share any knowledge you people might find in the comments. It is, however, weirdly enough, still presented on TripAdvisor. Later that evening, we went out for a lovely birthday dinner, and I'm so happy I get to spend it with my family. The next day we moved on again, all the way back to the south coast and back to Sedna. The boys last saw her in November back in Pescara, but for Ida it was the first time. While we were waiting for the verdict from the mechanic, we spent the next few days enjoying the surroundings with the long-awaited gluten-free pizza as our first stop.
Hey. Hey? Wow.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart for following our adventures. We really appreciate all your support, and a very special thanks to our patrons. Next time we meet the mechanic again and decide how to move on from here. To be sure not to miss that, click the subscribe button and the bell. And until next time, take care.